Jai Hind to all. Myself, Manoj Kumar Sharma, Department of Computer Science and Engineering in Akgec Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today, we will discuss a topic is components of data warehouse in subjects of data warehousing and data mining. The topic covered data warehouse introductions, components of data warehouse architectures, data marts, need of data marts, and types of data marts like dependent data marts, independent data marts, and hybrid data marts. First, we will discuss the introduction of data warehousing. What is data warehousing? Data warehouse is a central repository that stores integrated data from heterogeneous sources. Basically, data warehouse is a collection of different type of heterogeneous data that is extracted from different type of sources. It supports basically analytical reportings, structured query, decision making process in an organizations. Basically, a data warehouse is a system that store and organize data from multiple sources to support business intelligence analysis, and it can store both current and historical data. Basically, there is a key difference between DBMS and data warehouse. DBMS basically work on daily routine transactions on current data, but in data warehouse, we use historical data and is designed to provide a long-term view of data over times. Now, this is the architecture of components or building block of data warehouse. Basically, it divided into three parts. First part is source data externals. Second part is management and controls. And third part is information delivery. In source data externals, there are so many different type of sources are available, like external sources, like internal sources, like archive sources. These are the different type of heterogeneous sources. In data warehouse is a collection of different heterogeneous sources data. And second point is data staging. What is data staging? Data staging is a part ETL process. Basically, ETL process processed on data staging stage. What is E? E is a extract the data, transformation the data, and loading the data. Extract means extract the data from different type of sources. Transformation means we need to cleaning the data, we need to reduce the redundancy, we need to provide the consistency of data before loading in the data warehouse. So, transformation means we maintain the data in consistent format and structured format. And third is loading. After completing the transformation process, data need to be loaded in the data warehouse DBMS. Now, second part is management and control. There are some key factors and attributes are available. First one is metadata, data warehouse DBMS, multidimensional databases, and data marts. In next slide, we will explain the all contents one by one. And the third part is information delivery, means query fetching informations. The first information delivery processing is data mining, online analytical processing is OLAP, and report query fetching. This is the basic important key components in data warehouse. Now we explain the first components is data sources. These are the various operational systems, database and external data feed that provide raw data to be stored in the data warehouse. So like internal data sources, external data sources like enterprise resource planning, ERP, CRM, customer relationship management, human resource management, financial systems, and external like market data, web logs, social media feeds. Within an organization, if you fetch the data, and extract the data like ERP systems, CRM and HR, so that data type included like internal systems. And in external systems, we need to use we need to extract the data from market, from some social media sites, from e-commerce websites. So that is called external data. Data is extracted from these sources into the staging area. So staging area is the main key components in data warehouse because of ETL process on that area. Extract, transform and load process. The ETL process is responsible for extracting the data from different heterogeneous sources, transforming it into a suitable formats, maintain the consistency, reduce the redundancy, and it into loading into the data warehouse. So extract, data is pulled from multiple heterogeneous sources. Transform, data is cleaned, standardized and integrated. Remove the duplicates, formatting and dates. Loading, after cleaning process, after transforming process, we need to store the data in data warehouse. Now third is staging area, a temporary storage location of data before it transformed and loaded. Help in data cleanliness and integrations. Now next component is data warehouse databases. After completing the ETL process, we store the data in data warehouse DBMSs. This is a central repository where clean and transformed data are stored. It is typically organized in a multidimensional format for efficient query and reporting. What is multidimensional? Multidimensional means we need to provide the structure of data like star schema, snowflake schema and fact constellation schema. These three types of multi-dimensional structures we provided in the data warehouse. Central repository for integrated data, historical data, organized using star schema, snowflake or fact constellation schema. Implementing using RDMS or column basis databases. Now, next component is data marts. What is data marts? These are smaller or more focused data. Data marts basically is a subset of the data warehouses. Like if we have a different data like academic data. If we divided this academic data into some small data marts like notes, like attendance data, like lectures data, like tutorial data. So these all parts are the data marts. So data marts are the smaller, more focused data repositories derived from the data warehouse, and it designed to meet the need of a specific business department or functions. It is a subset of data warehouse focused on a specific business areas like sales, HR and marketing. Can be dependent source from data warehouse or independent source from operational systems. The next component is metadata. Data about data is called metadata. Means metadata describe the structure and source and uses of data within the warehouse, making it easier for user system to understand and work with the data. It contains information about the sources, transformation, data mapping and schema definitions. I explain an example of metadata. If we have a book and 100 pages in a book, so in the starting pages we design to index and define the content 1, 2, 3 and 4 and so on 100 times. So these are the metadata, means data about the data. Matlab some informations are included in the indexes format. Next component is online analytical processing tools. They are basically two types of tools are used in the data warehouse and DBMS, OLAP and OLTP. OLAP and OLTP. OLAP tools user to analyze data in multiple dimensions, providing deeper insights and supporting complex analytical queries. If you use the decision making support systems, if you need to fetch the some important and valuable informations from the database, we use the analytical processing system and tools. Next is end user access tools. These are the reporting and analysis tools. This is the last phase and last layer in the data warehouse building blocks and components, such as dashboard, business intelligence tools that enable business user to carry the data warehouse and generate the reports. If user need to fetch the some information and some data from the data warehouse, so he use the business intelligence dashboard and some OLAP and OLTP tools to fetch the data and information from the data warehouse. Now next important topic is data marts. What is data marts? Data mart is a separate topic in the data warehouse and data mining. Data mart is a specific subset of data warehouse focused on a specific functional area and department within an organization. It provides the simplified and targeted view of data addressing specific reporting and analytical views. Basically, it is a subset of data warehouse. Data mart is a define the specific area, specific contents, specific department. So data mart are smaller in scale and scope. And what are the advantages of data marts? We can easily fetch and retrieve the data, means reducing the times for fetching the data. They are organized around specific subjects such as sales, customers data, product information, and are structured, transformed and optimized for efficient analysis within the domains. If we have a data like e-commerce websites, e-commerce means we can divide it and distribute this e-commerce website data in different type of data marts, like sales data, like product data, like transferring the data, transaction data, and different type of created by the data marts. What are the need of data marts? It reduces the response time of users. It is small in size, due to which accessing data from it very fast. Small in size, due to which we can access from it very fast. Designing and maintaining of data mart is found to be quite easy and compared to data warehouse because of small size. It is maintainable by single authorities due to size of very small comparison to data warehouse. Data mart focus only a functional of particular department of an organization and particular specific department. Data retrieval from it is very quickly. There are three types of data marts used in data warehouse. First one is dependent data mart, independent data marts, and hybrid data marts. Dependent data marts. Dependent data marts is created by extracting the data from central repository data warehouse. Means these are the external sources like internal sources, different type of heterogeneous sources. First we compute the ETL process in a data staging area. Then this data is stored in the data warehouse. After storing the data warehouse, we need to convert the data warehouse into data marts. First data warehouse is created by extracting data from ETL process, external sources, and then data mart is created. The first process is external sources extract the data, compute the ETL process, then load in the data warehouse, then after prepare and compute the data marts. Dependent data mart is created on top-down approach and data warehouse architecture. This model of data mart is used by the big organizations. Dependent means data mart fully dependent on the data warehouse, because of after completing the loading process in data warehouse, we can create and organize and compute the data marts. Independent data marts, they are slightly similar, but is single difference in dependent and independent data marts. Independent data marts is created directly from external sources, means These are the external sources. Perform the ETL process, extract, transformation and load, and directly convert into the data marts. There is no need to maintain the data warehouse. In dependent data marts, first we create the data warehouse, then after we create the data marts. But in independent data marts, directly created the data marts after performing the ETL process. And last is hybrid data marts. This type of data marts is created by extracting the data from operational sources or from the data warehouses. Means it is a combination of dependent data marts and independent data marts, because these are the external sources performing the ETL process, and this path, so after performing the ETL process, the data is stored in the data warehouse. Then after we create the data marts. But in the second path, after performing the ETL process, we can directly process the data into the data marts. So this is the basic difference between the independent and hybrid data marts. So today we have discussed about the components of data warehouse, like data staging area, like data marts, like metadata, like multidimensional data, like external sources, internal sources, query fetching tools, data mining, online analytical tools, online processing tools, and data marts. What is data marts? Thank you very much.